Okay, so someone wrote here, today we're doing strumming all day. And someone wrote here, when they're working on tab, now it's no different tab or sight reading, it's pretty much the same. With tab, you're going to have 6 lines, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, okay? And the person wrote, when you have this, Walt, say that like you have a chord here, okay? Or if it's tab, these are going to be numbers. Let's do 2, 3, and make this 4. Okay, there's your chord. I see this, all right? And the person says, well, what does that mean? It's driving me insane. You know what else is driving me insane? That light bulb, okay? So, what does this mean, guys? Okay? So, check it out. All this is telling you, Stretch, is it's just another way of writing music so that you can save hand strokes, okay? So now, 4-3-2, if I'm writing all day, or if I'm trying to read music, okay, if I'm actually performing this, and I have to read this, if I have to read this, my head is going to blow up, okay? The thing about life, in general, is always make it easier for the next guy, okay? You want to make, people's lives are difficult to begin with, especially if you're performing music. You're reading the rhythms, you're listening to the drummer, you're listening to like what's going on, you're working on your guitar tone, you're playing, you're sight reading, you're doing all this stuff, and the last thing that I want to do is have to read all this. So the way that they do it is they say, hey, you know what, guys? You don't have to. If it's the same chord, just put the slash in there. The slash just signifies that you're playing the same chord over and over and over again. Okay? So, the way that you play this, by the way, guys, if you're going to spam the channel, then the bot's just going to kick you out. So, whatever. Alright? So, the way that you're going to play this chord, 4-3-2, like this, 4-3-2. Sorry. Okay? Here's the chord. So, if I wanted to play this as 16th notes, it would be, see, because like, see here, how it's actually written out as 16th notes on top. Sorry, I dropped the pick. The way that you're going to do this, 4-3-2, is you play it as 16 notes. 1 Indiana, 2 Indiana, 2 Indiana, 2 Indiana. Yeah, and then you would just hold it the whole time. Okay, so here, let me go down. Yeah. Okay, so now, the game Trent goes, so just hold the fret. Yeah, that's it, dude, hold the fret. The only time you don't hold down the fret, or that you don't play the chords or whatever, is you go like this. If you want there to be silence, okay, you would simply go 1 E, and then you can say 1 E, and then if you want someone to be lifted up on the note just put the rest in there. There you have 1 E and This is a 16-note rest. This is a 16-note slash chord, and then the actual chord right there. So now, what are these called? I just said it. These are called slash chords. And all they do, I'm going to write this out. Let me erase this. You know, I'm in a stand-up mood. I don't feel like sitting down. Who teaches sitting down? Oh, you don't have to shout me up. All right, let's erase this. We have this, slash chords, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It doesn't matter whether it's treble clef or whether it's sight reading or tab, okay? You have this, boom, boom, boom. Instead of numbers, it's just notes. And then you got slash, 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 boom. These are called slash chords. And people make fun of my S's. They say they look weird. They kind of look like the treble clef, okay? And then my C's look kind of weird too, okay? So now, slash chords, okay? And let's see the next question. Yeah, by the way, guys, good call, Stretch. All questions are in red, okay? So that just helps me out because I seriously, I see 15 billion messages, and slash chords help me out big time. Okay. So Walt, there's also those same slash chords with no fretted note, just something like E5 above them. You got it, bro. Okay, another thing that you can do is like this. You might see no note. Okay, now I didn't make this red for any specific reason, but you might see no note here in a piece of music, and you might just see the note or the chord on top. What this is telling you is instead of writing it out, like the old way was that we just did it, guys. We did like 4, 3, 2, okay? The old way was that this is telling you this chord, forget this up top, this chord, and then these, and then that's what you strum. A lot of times, Stretch brings up, well, I don't know if he brought it up as much as he might have asked it, but he goes, you might just see the chord here, so then what's up with that? And the answer is that instead of writing it out as the notes, it's writing it out as the chord. So why look at notes when you can just see the chord and then just rock out with it? Now, combined from yesterday's lesson, okay, if I wanted this to be a palm mute, here we go, guys. Palm mute, and then let's go like that, and then just say repeat. So now all you guys this quick are learning how to read music. And here we have it. Let's do a palm mute, E5, and then just repeat it as eighth notes. 1, 2, ready, go. All right, let me move this down. Here we go. Down some more, okay? So 1, 2, ready, go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And now, if I want to lift up the palm mute, here's how it's going to sound. Ready? 2, 3, 4. Okay? So now, all I did right there was just palm mute on a power chord as eighth notes. And then I just repeated it. I'm doing a lot of this. I feel like that Wheel of Fortune person. You know, like come over, like touch the letter, and then like walk away. Vowels, please. No. Okay. So now, let's see. Okay. So the slash. Okay. Brian Big writes. So the slashes are the same as the first notes, and the answer is absolutely. It's the same all the way through, only until the person says no. Okay, so here we have E5. If I were to write here A5, oops, what did I just do? Okay, if I were to write here A5, okay, E5 A5. Oops, sorry. E5 A5. Now what I'm doing is this. I'm saying E5 here. And then on this third note, A5, so E5, E5, A5, A5. And that's the only time, Brian, that you change again. So now we have this. Sorry. So E, A, E, A, E, A. Okay? Now the problem what I say to people is that when you're sight reading, you cannot mistake which note the person's talking about. It's idiot proof. It leaves nothing up to assumption. So the problem with this is that if I write E5 here, how do I know? And this is what the problem that I have with tab is that when you guys are reading, and you might come across this a lot, is that when you guys are reading, what's to say that when I write E5 that I'm talking about this octave as opposed to this octave? Oh, sorry, this octave. Or, you know, how about, if I want to get technical, how about this octave? Okay, so here's an E5, here's an E5, and here's an E5. So that's the only problem that I have. Okay.